Hey y'all, my name is Laura, this is Jeremy, and this is Rhodey. We are here for a Pure Balboa session, and we will be talking about shuffle technique, different ways that we think about shuffling, as well as putting them in some different patterns and arrangements for you to try all the shuffles.
Yeah, we're going to be dancing to the modern music of the Mint Julep Jazz Band. And if you can, since we're focusing on shuffles, we'd love for you to get prepared a little bit, get some envelopes or paper. We're going to be using this within our session today.
Oh yeah, business envelopes, for sure. Get some
Business
of those.
Time!
It's business. It's business. Okay, let's get started.
So to begin, we'd like to work on some shuffle warm-ups with you. And a couple of things that we have here are some envelopes in order to do that.
Yeah, we want you to use some business envelopes or paper that's around this size to put under your feet, between your feet and the floor. Jeremy will show you.
So I take my foot and I try to place a good part of my foot on the envelope so it doesn't slide off, because I want to allow my envelope to move as I move my foot.
Yeah, we stole this exercise from Shawnee Brown, who got it from Lily Desitoff. So we want you to practice using your whole foot to slide on the floor, and the goal is to keep your envelope between your foot and the floor for the entire song, doing quicks and slows. So follow along with us as we warm up to the Mint Julep Jazz Band.
If you lose it, it's okay, just put it under your foot again.
Kick 'em out!
Are you ready?
We just do quicks.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Backwards. To the side. Other side. Let's do gathers. Full step, right, grab walks. Back, back. Other foot. Forward. Back.
Yeah. Let's try that. Back. Rotate that around a little bit. Rotate the other way. Slow. Paddles.
Other way. Other foot, other way. Other
Slow walk. Yeah, lost turn. Slide. Up. Hey, so to begin, Laura and I would like to talk to you about our concept or philosophy on how we actually shuffle, or the idea of the shuffle. For us, we have two modes of shuffle that we think about. about when we're talking about shuffling. One is actually how we shuffle onto the floor, and the second one is how we shuffle off of the floor. You want to care to demonstrate that?
Yeah. So again, on shuffle and off shuffle, this is literally just Jeremy and Laura lingo. Nobody else knows it that I know of. Again, it's talking about like if y'all hold your right foot free, and then I'm gonna take a weight change onto that right foot, I can slide the foot some way or another way before I make the weight change. So that in our language is an on shuffle. And then anytime I step onto my right foot, my left foot I'm stepping off of. So then how I slide the left foot to come off of it would be an off shuffle. So let's talk about two kinds of slides for the on shuffle. The first one, we won't spend much time. We'll just call it a drag shuffle because you just did it with the envelopes. So basically, you were dragging those envelopes around. You weren't lifting your feet at all. We'll call that a drag shuffle. And basically, every time you take a step, you're dragging your foot to that, and then you're dragging your foot to the next step. So you can go like we did in the beginning. You can go forward, you can go back, you can go right, you can go left. So we'll keep that in your pocket. You have that one. We don't need to break it down too much. We're going to go ahead and play with another on shuffle. We'll just call this a forward slide, for lack of a better word. So if we take our right foot free, I'm going to turn sideways so you can see this. Jeremy has his back to you. So my weight's on the left foot. Our right foot is free. I want you to pick a point on the floor that's maybe an inch or two in front. That's where you're going to make your weight change. So put your foot down on that spot, straight down on that, and step. That would be a step. Rewind. Hold that foot in the air. Instead of putting your foot there, I want you to touch your foot to the floor near your standing foot. No weight. Just touch the foot. Slide it forward, and then transfer. Yeah? Now the goal is to have your body start to transfer while that foot slides, so the body shifts, and I slide onto that. Yeah? So I'm going to move back. Jeremy's going to give you his back. Oh, yeah, and then I'll come forward.
There we go.
And what we want you to do is lift, slide the foot,
Slide it, and then we
step.
transfer our weight.
Lift, slide the foot, step. Lift, slide, step. Lift, slide, step. Lift, slide, step. Lift, slide, step. That's both of us going forward, both of us going backward. So this one's a little bit trickier. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see. Now I can reach behind. If I want to make a weight change maybe an inch, try that with me. Hold your right foot free. You want to make a weight change about an inch behind your left foot. I can reach the foot further behind that, and then I can slide it forward under my weight change. Yeah? So I reach, slide, transfer, reach, slide, transfer, reach, slide, transfer, reach, slide, transfer.
Right. As we extend our foot back, if you notice, we are sort of meeting halfway, or my body's still traveling back as I'm going. I'm not just sliding and stopping. I have to extend behind me, and then I take my energy backwards as my right foot's sliding forward.
Yeah. Try that a few times so we can do that traveling backwards. Ready, and reach, slide, transfer, reach, slide, transfer, reach, slide, transfer. Yeah, these are for quicks. So it's gonna be fast. We're gonna go 1, 2, 1, 2. So you have to go reach, slide, transfer, reach, slide, transfer. It's like a triple step.
And then you have to say it at the same time, and it's really a lot of words.
It's a mouthful. All right, going backwards, get ready. 5, 6, and here we go. Reach, slide, transfer, reach, slide, transfer, reach, 2, shot, 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 2. Try going sideways with this. I'll turn my back, you can see Jeremy's front.
And
We both release our left foot. We both release our right foot. And then the transfer is going to be to the side. So I'm going to reach the foot behind and then slide it forward so I transfer to the side. And then my left foot is going to reach behind and slide under me to go together. Reach the right foot out to the side, backwards. Slide it forward to travel to the side. Left foot goes under together. We go the other direction. Put your weight on the right foot. Left foot's going to reach back. Transfer forward to the side.
so that's our traveling bit. And then in place. We reach and travel, and then in place.
We're still
Reach and
reaching
travel,
back every time.
Travel, and then underneath. Travel, and underneath.
So the slide is still a forward motion
Yeah.
every time. Just sometimes the forward motion comes to the side, comes to the side. Sometimes it comes straight under us. Sometimes it travels us back. Sometimes it travels us forward. So put that one in your pocket. Let's move on. We'll call that a slide forward on shuffle. We got the drag. And now we're going to do some off shuffles. Will you talk about the release?
So, the off shuffles, again, like we mentioned before, Our foot, we can actually slide forward or step forward. So I'm just going to have everybody step forward with their left foot. And if you notice, if we step forward with our left foot, the back foot is free. So what we're going to do with that foot is slide it off or release it behind us. And if we were to continue to walk forward, I'm going to sort of go at a diagonal for both of us. So I'm going to step, then release the back foot. We can step forward, then release the back foot. Step forward.
Slide.
Step slide. Step slide, step slide, step slide, step slide, step slide. I try to envision those envelopes and passing the envelope back to Laura.
Show me what you mean.
This fancy envelope right here. I can go, hey Laura, I can send you a secret message. Here we go, ready? And I pass it back. And Laura can pass it back to me too.
Oh, wrong way.
So.
Technically, you could actually release it straight back. You could release it to the side. You could release it forward. So you can try it all directions. I could step release, step release. I could step release, step release, step release. So different directions on that one.
Yeah.
And again, so that one would be a step, then release. Step, then release. So no shuffle on the way change, and only a shuffle off.
Yeah.
All right, one more off shuffle will be a fan.
Woo.
Do this with me, y'all. Will you? You turn your back.
Yeah.
All right. I want you to do windshield wipers with your feet. So go ahead and put your center a little bit more pressure over your heels, so that your toes can windshield wiper. Yeah.
Well, we want to try to isolate our hips just a little bit as opposed to taking our torso with us.
So put your hands on your hips and see if
Put your hands on your hips and move like this.
Just twist your toes right and left. Yeah? And then it gets even easier to isolate because we just do one foot
I
at
hope
a time.
so.
My hips want to move. If I do 2 feet, the hips move. So now what I want y'all to do is put your weight on your right foot. Left foot's free. Yeah? And now as I step down, I'm going to step down onto the left foot. Before I lift my right foot, I'm going to let that windshield wiper happen. And the right toe turns. And now I can lift it. Now I'm going to step my right foot down. My left toe can turn. Now I can lift it. Step the left foot down, right toe turns.
Remember, we're stepping right under the ankle bone as we transfer those, as we do those weight changes. So we're making a weight transfer.
Step, windshield wiper. Step, fan. Step, fan. Step, fan. Step, fan. Now, I like the fan because the fan is really easy. It doesn't take a lot of effort, assuming the floor isn't too slick or isn't too sticky. The fan is really easy to do in all directions. Sometimes a release can be hard in certain directions.
Right.
So I want you all to try all 4 directions. We'll start the easy way going forward. I'll turn my back to you. Jeremy will come forward. So if everybody lets the right foot be free, we'll do a couple steps in place where you step, let the toe fan, step, let the toe fan, then travel forward. 1, 2, right foot first. Step, fan, step, fan. Step, fan, step, fan. Go forward when you're ready. Small baby steps. You can't travel big with these.
Remember, you keep that pressure underneath your ankle bone.
Try going backwards. Slow it down to a stop. And then go backwards. Step, fan, step, fan.
Step, fan. Try to make those fans still sliding. Try not to lift your toe too high off the floor. We want to still hear the shuffle mode.
Try going to the right.
To the right.
Step, fan, step, fan, step, fan, step, fan, step, fan, step, fan, step, fan. And we can come forward a little bit so you can see your feet. Now we're going to go to the left. Step, fan, 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 step, fan. And what you'll notice when Jeremy and I are doing this, or at least we think we're doing this, is that, again, we're keeping our hips pretty much pointing forward, so the fan is mostly in our feet and maybe a little in our knees. Last tip, especially with this fan, is the offset stance that Jeremy and I talk about all the time.
And that's going to change a little bit with your partnership, but the way we connect, since the follower resides a little bit more for us on the right side, the follower sits a little bit more here. We don't want our feet to bang against our partnership.
So you'll see that we like to have the left foot slightly in front of the right, and that way if I fan the right foot, it's less likely to bump my partner's toe. So my right foot stays slightly behind. If you find you're bumping toes on the fan, it might mean that your right side or your right foot is too far forward.
Right.
So we let the right foot, I scoot the left foot really far forward.
So you can see this half,
left foot's really far forward, and then I can fan that foot all I want because there's nobody on the outside.
Same thing with my right foot here. I have to be very cautious. If I'm in this position that if Laura were to settle her weight on her right foot, my right foot's going to, might possibly hit that.
Yeah.
So one of two ways we can just quickly address those is just being aware of the angle of the fan, or you can centralize your partnership a little bit more, and that gives you a little bit more freedom with your feet. However you like to do that.
Yeah.
So,
we're going to give you one last option before we have you practice all of these solo. You can also always practice these with a person if you have somebody. Is we want to have you try a combo, and the truth is most of the time we're doing a combination of some kind of on and off shuffle. Most of the time. It's good to be able to do one or the other, but we want you to try mixing and matching. So we're going to have you try that slide forward, yeah, where you lift, you make contact with the floor, you slide forward into your step, and then let's do a fan.
okay, fan off,
Yeah.
right? Or fan slide. Right?
Yeah, the fan is the off shuffle.
Yeah.
So Jeremy's gonna do it with his back to you. I'll come forward. I'm just gonna move this envelope because I'm afraid I'm gonna step on it. So we want you to lift your left foot. You're gonna make contact with the floor, slide it forward to step, and then before you leave your right foot from the floor, you open it and fan.
What is helpful is I'm keeping pressure down the back side of my right ankle before it fans, and then it helps me fan a little bit more, or gives the ball, the foot a little more freedom to slide, as opposed to putting the pressure on the ball of the right foot.
Yeah, if you release your heel, you're gonna have a hard time fanning. So we keep the heel touching the floor, fan. Now you can release that foot, touch early so you can slide onto the weight change, and now my left foot can fan or windshield wiper. Lift, slide on, fan, off. Lift, slide on, fan, slide off. Lift, slide on, fan, slide off. Yeah? I'm gonna turn around, Jeremy, turn around, looking forward, I'll go back. And let's try that a little faster. We're gonna go quick, quick, quick. So the sound is gonna go on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off. Shika, 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 shika.
Here we go.
5, 6, here we go. On, off, on, off, on, off, on, off. Going backwards. On, off, on, off.
Keep your ankles close together. Good.
Try going to the side. The other side. Yeah.
Awesome.
You could mix out another one. You could try the drag with the release. Maybe that one doesn't work. Drag, release. Drag, release. It ends up being- Yeah, so you could do a slide and a release.
Yeah.
Slide, release. Slide, release. Slide, release. Slide, release.
This should feel a lot like ice skating, or I don't know, roller skating.
Show your ice skating analogy. Yeah.
So that's what I think about as I'm sliding into the motion, and then this last foot follows through a little bit as I release that back foot. Slide, release, slide, release. Of course, it has to be a lot smaller because we're doing Balboa. So, side on, side off. Right, good.
At this point, it's time to practice. Get these in your own body. Ultimately, we're keeping a baby pulse or heartbeat of the rhythm while we're doing all of these. You might find you have to think about one or the other. That's okay. So we're gonna let you pause and practice mixing whatever shuffle you want. Maybe choose an on shuffle and an off shuffle. You can choose one or the other, or you can combine them and practice with some music. On your marks, get set, practice. Now that you've practiced and we've answered all of your questions that you could possibly think of, we're going to move on. I have to remind myself, we're going to move on to holds and gathers. So everything we've done up until this point is really talking about the ways we shuffle on our quicks. It can definitely be applied to your holds, but let's talk specifically about a couple of hold options.
Okay.
So gathers.
Yeah, so to begin, we're just going to have you get in that off stance we've been talking about so
We
much.
like. Left foot slightly in front of the right foot.
Right.
I'll face forward.
Right.
And let's just do a gather in case that's new to you. So to start with, we're always going to start with a gather, then a step. So we want you all
Collect,
together. Left
bring
foot,
it.
step forward and diagonal to the left. Gather the right foot, step back diagonal to the right. So we have a
Collect,
gather, step,
Step, collect,
gather.
step, collect, step, collect. So when feet up back twice, right? So it's like the heel comes into the instep, and then the instep comes into the heel.
And to give you context, that's what we would be doing on a gather or an uphold basic. We'd go 1, 2, collect, step, 1, 2, collect, step. Yeah? So we're just focusing just on those collects, starting by collect, step, yeah.
Alright.
So how can we stylize that collect, Jeremy? How can we texture it?
So let's add a little bit of like a swipe. So any kind of motion where you sort of let the ball of your foot continue back and push off. It's like I'm trying to run, but I'm not getting anywhere. I'm just slipping my foot. I'm going to do that for my holds. So if I were to first, let's just step forward over the left foot. I'd step, and then I'm going to swipe.
Swipe the right foot back.
And then I step back on my right foot, and swipe the left foot back. Step, swipe, step, swipe, step, swipe.
You face forward, I'll face
Yep.
back. Yeah, so first we'll take a step onto the left foot,
Yep.
just to begin with.
Step.
So we have a swipe, step, swipe, step. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Swipe, step, swipe, step. Yeah?
Yeah.
So the swipe is the first beat of the 2. 1, 2. We swipe on 1. Yeah?
Yep.
Alright, let's
The
go
other
ahead and try the other one. Go ahead and put your weight on the left foot, just like you did there. All face forward. Put your weight on the left foot. And then instead of swiping a right foot back, like we did that for count 1, we're going to actually do a little bit of a dig. So what I want you to do is let your right foot slide as if you're about to take a step under you. Just like that on shuttle. Slide it, but then don't transfer your weight. You're going to slide it back off. So it slides on, off.
A fake.
On, off. Fake it till you make it.
Yes.
So again, go ahead and transfer your weight to your left foot so we're all on the same page. Will you give them your back?
Yeah.
And I'll give my front. So we're on the left foot. Our right foot's going to slide on, off. That's 1. We step onto the right foot for 2. Our left foot, now if it's in front, I might need to pull it back so it can slide on, off, and then step forward.
So I think we're bending our knees a little bit more to prep into this digging motion.
Right.
So, and 1, 2,
On,
3,
off,
4,
step.
or
On,
1,
off,
2,
step.
or
On,
1,
off,
2,
step.
a 1,
On, off,
2, a 1, 2, a 1.
And you'll notice, you can probably hear our feet, that we have the slide on, off, and then we have a slide on to our next step. On, off, slide. Slide, 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 slide. So we're getting a lot of bang for your buck, a lot of shuffle for your buck with each of those. So we want you to be able to practice these gathers in order. And since we shuffled the right foot first, we should begin with our right foot. So we're gonna do a little box step. So Jeremy's back is to you. Let's flip it around. You face them. First thing we're gonna have you guys do, y'all do, is travel straight forward.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Then we're gonna hang out in the corner with some of those gathers. Now hold up your left hand. We're all gonna travel to the left, and then hang out, do some gathers. And then you're gonna travel back, do some gathers, and then finish by traveling to the right, do some gathers. Basically, we're going forward, side, back, side. If you do it in a different order, it's fine. This is just a way to practice. So we're going to do an 8 count of quicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then my right foot is free.
4 gathers, right?
To gather 1,
2, 3, 4. Step to go to the left.
Now I have 8 count to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4 gathers. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Backwards.
Step. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 8 count to get back
1, 2,
where you
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Sort.
and 1, 2, 3, 4.
We're making a box on the ground counterclockwise. Not a fancy thing, just a good way to practice mixing your quicks and slows. So we want you to shuffle every step, whether it's a quick or whether it's a gather. Why don't you and I start with the swipes?
Sure. Swipes on the
Start
slope
with the
for
swipes.
gathers.
So everyone begins with the right foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which means which foot is going to swipe first?
Good.
The right.
All right, hopefully you answered correctly.
Let's try it. Right foot's ready to travel, what did I say? Forward first, excuse me. Forward for 8, 5, 6, here we go.
A 1, and a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1,
2,
2,
4,
3,
5,
to
6,
the
5,
left.
and
1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we swipe.
Swipe with the right, swipe with the left, swipe with the right,
We
swipe
go
with the
back
left.
step.
1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here we
swipe with the right, the left, the right,
5 to the right.
and
1,
1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
swipe with the right, and left, and right, and left. Great.
You can practice that as many times as you want. You can pause the video and do it again if you need to. Let's do it one more time together, but instead of the swipes, let's do that dig. Yeah? So to make things fair, let's start with the left foot, and why don't we start with the going back? So I'm going to start near you.
Okay.
We're going to go back with the left foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which means the left foot is going to dig first, then the right foot.
Okay.
All right. Get to the top left corner of your box. Get ready to go back. Left foot first.
Get your engine ready. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. Back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Here's our
7.
dig.
And dig left,
2,
dig right,
4,
dig
5,
left, dig
7
right.
to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Dig left, dig right, dig left, dig right. Forward. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the 5, 6, 7, 8. Dig left and right. A left
To the left.
and a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and dig left and a right. Dig left and right. Excellent.
Bravo. All right, again, you can pause this video and practice that if you want. We want to wrap up with one last idea for you to practice. We want to give you a basic. So instead of just a box that you can do by yourself, we're going to do a basic. We'll do a mix of on and off. Let's do an on shuffle. We're going to do this slide on shuffle for every quick, and then we'll do the swipe. Yeah?
Okay.
So
Let's all do the leader's basic, and then we can all do the follower's basic, so you can practice both of them in both directions. It's always good to be able to do both. Ambidextrobal. I don't know, whatever that is.
you know, I feel like for sake of time, if we don't all do both, we might get through it faster. Rock, paper, scissors.
And 1, 2, 3. Here we go.
You win! Alright. Alright, we're all doing the leads basic. Get ready. Here we go. Which, should I face this way?
Sure, let's go. So we're sliding forward, right? We're doing slide forward.
So we're sliding forward. Yeah, so our basic, we're going to start back for 1, 2. Everybody do that with me. In case follows, you're used to going forward with the right foot. We'll start back with our left foot for a quick. And then we're going to be sliding forward with our foot as we travel back. So do 1, 2 with us.
1 and a 2.
Leave your left foot there, because now we're going to, instead of holding it, we're going to swipe.
Swipe and wipe.
3, slide it in on the 4.
And we go 5, 6.
We go forward. Follows is the first half of our basic for 5, 6. Now we can swipe a right foot. 7, 8. Yeah? So we go back with the left foot. 1, 2. Here we go. Slide on, slide on, swipe, slide on, slide on, slide on, swipe, slide on, slide on, slide on, swipe, slide on, slide on, slide on, swipe, slide on.
Good.
Swapping directions so that follows if they need to see.
That's fine. Let's try it from the follower's half. So we're going to start on your half now.
I got myself confused. I just traded places. I'm facing forward now. Okay. So now we're going to begin with the follows basic, starting with the right foot forward. Yeah, get ready. Same thing, we slide on for 1, slide on for 2, swipe for 3. 5, 6, right foot forward. On, swipe, slide on, slide on, slide on, swipe the left, swipe the right, swipe the right, slide the left, right, swipe the left.
Nice.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Awesome.
Alright, for sake of giving you plenty of options, I like my options. We're going to do release with digs. I have to check my notes because we have so many options. Release with digs. So we're still going to do a basic, but we're going to be focusing on releasing the steps. Step, release, and dig. Yeah? So every step I'm going to step. I could just step and then release that foot behind or release it out to the corner. Step, release, and then instead of swiping on the hold, I'm going to dig, then step.
Ooh, okay. Ready?
Follow's going to go first this
All right,
time.
let's go forward. Everybody goes forward.
But you know what? I'm going to face my back just in case the follows need to see my back. I'm gonna have you face forward if you don't mind. So right foot goes forward, and we have a step release to start with. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Step release, and dig.
Step
release, and dig. Try not to shuffle. We're stepping, step,
release,
and dig.
Step release, and dig.
Step.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Let's
Swap.
swap directions.
Good.
Do the leads basic, starting with the left foot going back.
Right?
Yeah?
Step first, leaders, or from this half. 5.
Step release, yeah. 5, 6. Here, left foot.
Step release, and dig. Step release, and dig.
We have
Step
a 1,
release,
a
step
2,
release, and dig.
4,
Step
5,
release,
6,
and
7,
dig.
8.
Step.
1, a 2,
2,
a
3,
4,
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yes. Okay, once again, if you need to pause and practice either one of those a couple of times, now's a good time. But we want you to try this, or at least see what it looks like when we do this together.
So I'm going to begin with the last one we just did, where we're just sort of stepping and releasing. So I'm going to choose, hey, Laura, do you want to do the step, slide, release thingy?
Yeah.
Let's try that one. So we'll begin there. I want you to ask your partner.
Check in with your partner. Also, if you choose different ones, it should still work, so you don't have to worry too much. But we'll agree on one. Wait, which one are we doing?
The last one.
The step release
The
or
step
the
release.
step?
Step.
Okay.
So we're stepping and not sort of sliding our feet so much.
Yep.
5, 6, 7, and step, we dig. And step, release, dig. Step, release, dig. Step, release, dig. That's a mouthful. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you chose the other one, it would look like this. Just real quick, we're going to slide, release.
Slide, swipe.
Here we
Yes.
go.
5, 6, 7.
Here we go. Slide, swipe.
Step. Slide, swipe. Step. Slide on, swipe off. Slide on, swipe
Like
off.
wax on, wax off. Slide on,
swipe. Slide on,
swipe.
Slide on, swipe. Yes. And of course, I'm going to do the slide on, swipe. You do the step release. 1. You do the release. Yeah?
Release, okay, here we
So
go.
if we do different ones, it works also.
Like this, last one, here we go. I have step, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7.
Oops.
Step, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I forgot which one I was doing at first, but I got a mirror to choose, so we can figure it out.
So,
Alright.
for right now, we'd like for you to choose which one you would like to do. If you are solo, I would actually encourage you to try both of them. Or if you have a partner, then you're just going to decide with them.
Pick one that you want to try.
Or do both
With
if
a
you feel
partner.
like you're up for the challenge.
Alright, now is a good time to pause the video and practice with music. We will be practicing to the Mint Julep Jazz Band. Alright, to finish up, we would like to show you how you can mix in some of these styles in case it helps you to see it more with a partner. We'll show you the drag basic, the fan basic, and then the release basic, or some of those release stylings. And of course, we'll be mixing some of the combinations. So we might do a drag basic by itself, or the drag number is like dragging those envelopes around. We might do a fan basic with the swipes, or we might do a release basic with a dig, hold. So we'll mix and match, and then we'll finish up dancing to a song for you to the Mint Julep Jazz Band. One more time, so that you can just see how we would actually social dance these, and we would just use these shuffles to not just our basics, but our ad-lib steps.
Well, let's start with some fans.
All right,
Here we go.
fans look like this together.
5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, fan, step, fan, or fan, gather band, fan, gather band. Other side.
Hands with a swipe.
1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Rotating one more time. 5, 6,
7, 8.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Those are the fans.
Drag basic. Here we go.
Basic, drag basic. This is a really good way to just be super relaxed and chill to the music. 5, 6, 7.
1, 2, 3.
5, 6. Just right here.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah. And then lastly, we'll do a little bit of a release. Release with a dig.
Yep.
You already saw that, but in case you want to see it again. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you might see that style in some of the old timers. A lot of them did that release basic with the kind of the dig. And it looks similar to jig trot, which is one of the dances that Balboa evolved from.
Yep, and you can do this a little bit localized like we just did, or you can travel a little bit more. So have fun with that. We're going to play some Mint Julep Jazz Band.
I got a real man, what an ideal man now. He's the only person I know has all of my love and how. Talk about your perfect lover, and you couldn't help discover that he's that well lovable and sweet. He's candy, has he got the arms to thrill you, lips that seem to whisper will you, and he's that well lovable, just 6 feet 2 with eyes of blue. Oh gee, oh gosh, whenever we're all alone, oh gosh and oh gee, what happens is simply too good to be known, bubbling over with affection, satisfying to perfection. Is he that well lovable and talk about your nifty dresser, what a lover, some caresser. Is he that well lovable, but do I know just what I'm getting when it comes to real life petting? Is he that way? He's so, but I don't, his touch,